Okay, guys. Good morning, guys. We are here in downtown Trinidad trying to find ourselves a cab because we're about to go down to Ancon Beach and try to go scuba diving. We got one here? I think we found one. We don't need nobody. One of the least destructive taxi rides we've taken so far. We got a dance party and a ride all in one for only $2. And now we're here at the beach, which is a pretty epic beach, probably one of the better ones that I've seen here, maybe better than Veradero. Trying to go see the scuba diving place and see if we can't go out at 9 o'clock.
Nightfall and lit up shores, kids on their skateboards.
Alright, we got our gear. I'm actually going to be snorkeling since I'm not totally certified for diving, but the rest of us here are going to be diving, getting on the boat right down there, and should be pretty fun. Is it wrecked?
No, it didn't get wet.
Oh,
really
nice.
Lucky.
Dang.
Had like 20 droplets in it.
Everyone over here thought that he lost his camera, but luckily he didn't. It's just a few droplets, so.
All good today.
Crisis averted. That's a wrap on our snorkeling, scuba diving adventure here in Ancon. After further examination, I would definitely recommend this over Veradero if you have the choice between the two. The beach is just a lot nicer. Veradero, like I said, you really have two different options. You have the resort option and you have like the local option. I prefer the local option, but I actually prefer this even to the local option of Veradero, just because it's a high class feel, but it's not like high class to the point where you feel like you're out of place kind of thing, you know? So yeah, overall, I would definitely recommend Ancon if you're in Trinidad. Uno, dos, tres, cerveza! Thank you. Alright guys, we took a taxi back almost all the way to our casa, but we found this pretty sweet tobacco factory right here, so we're going to see if we can get inside. Continuing our long-standing tradition, here's another photograph. Uno, dos, tres, cerveza! This is a legitimate tobacco cigar making factory that we're in. There's like people all over the place at their own little desks making cigars, I guess all day. This is their job. It's actually really cool. I'm not sure how much they cost yet, so we're going to try to figure that out later. But check this out. Back into the area where I think they finalize the cigars and they package them to be ready to go out. Check this out. There's just a bunch of them. What is that? It's one of the rings they put on the cigars. Oh wow. Check this out. This is the little label that they put on the cigars. They're labeling all of these ones actually right here. To a Cuban cigar making factory. Pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of something you would see in the early 1900s, late 1800s. Very primitive furniture they got here, and they're just kind of making cigars over and over again. But it's the hand craftsmanship that makes a Cuban cigar way better than any other one. At least I'm told. I don't smoke personally. But yeah, you can see there's no like machines, there's no metal being used besides the knives that they use. So hands craftsmanship, putting in the work, they're putting in the heart. I guess that's why they're good. Hey, buddy. All right, guys, so check it out. Pro tip when you're walking through Trinidad, or really any of these cities, is if you go to any of the street vendors, a lot of times when you ask them how much something costs, they'll give you the price in cook. A lot of times it's one cook, which is essentially $1, which is still super cheap. But if you ask them for the price in pesos nacionales, a lot of times they'll give you the local price, which is way cheaper. So, as an example, we got these ice creams, right? When we asked, he said one cook, $1, right? But then I asked in pesos nacionales how much it would be. He said 3, which is essentially 9 cents a piece. So we ended up getting 6 ice creams for 18 pesos, which equates to about 72 cents, which is less than what we would have paid for one. Pretty crazy. All right, guys, time for our favorite pizza place in the entire world. Not because it's good, but because it's cheap. It's like 30 cents per pie. Let's go. All right, guys, we found our second pizzeria here. They're actually charging 8 cooks, which seems super expensive, but apparently it's gonna be a larger pizza. It should be substantially larger because it's $1.50 for a small size. So we'll see. Justin's a killjoy over here trying to. All right, guys. So this is what $12 at the pizza place over there gets you.
This one's hot.
Not quite sure if this is worth it or not. Yeah.
It's different. Yeah. It's way less. How do you say it? Less stuff in it. So the body is way thinner. It's thinner. Yeah, that's why. It's hot. And it's really hot.
Yeah, I think if you were to go to one of these local pizza places, you'd probably want to do the smaller pizzas, which are like $1.50. They're not as big, but if you get 2, you're paying $3, and you get about the same amount of food as if you got one of these big ones, and it's a much better deal. So, all right, guys, we're heading back to the casa for a quick minute. Probably get a shower, and then we're gonna head out again. I don't know quite what we're gonna do yet, but eventually we're gonna try to go to a live salsa show, which should be pretty cool. It's in central Trinidad.
My favorite area of Cuba.
Trinidad?
Yeah.
Yeah, Trinidad is a pretty dope spot. If you're coming to Cuba, obviously you got to go to Havana because it's pretty awesome. But besides Havana, from what I've seen, this is probably the coolest spot. It's just got so much history, so much just like super cool buildings. The beach was amazing earlier today, and the landscape. There's also a waterfall that we're gonna try to hit up tomorrow that you can take like horses out to. It's super cheap. It's like $15, not bad at all. So we're gonna try to check that out. But overall, from what I've seen so far, Trinidad is a pretty awesome town. Highly recommend it. These hats are $4, so let's try some on. $4 later, got herself an authentic Cuban hat. Looking like an official here. I think this horse just came out of these people's house. There's literally like horses everywhere in this town. It's super cool. It really is a throwback. Oh, yeah, I thought that was a real dog too. Looks like we're back at it again down there. Who knew a simple game of dominoes could be so controversial? I thought the rules were pretty simple, but apparently not. So we just stopped back at the apartment for a couple hours, got a quick shower. Now we're ready to go. We're walking through downtown Trinidad, trying to find something. I think there's a live music festival that's going on tonight, probably in the main square, which is kind of where everybody hangs out, especially the tourists. But I think they're going to have salsa tonight, possibly professional dancers, and hopefully we can join in, so we'll see. It looks like a dog's nose. I don't know what that was. It may have been a pig, may have been a dog. Either way, it's pretty gross that he's eating it out in the middle of the street. Traigo lindas así será, dos gardenias concert, and we're walking down the road here in Trinidad. We were approached by a guy who wants to sell us a horse tour of a bunch of waterfalls, sugar canes, coffee, which sounds super cool, and we wanted to do it regardless. And he told us it would only be 10 bucks a person, so we're like, sweet, let's do it. And he asked for a $5 down deposit per person, to which we were like, all right, this might be kind of sketchy because, you know, he could totally just run away with our money and there would be nothing said about it. So we ended up working out a deal where we get him $5 today, which who knows if we'll see that back. But he says he's gonna make a reservation, get 4 horses for us tomorrow, and we'll be all set to go. We can pay the rest tomorrow. So hopefully that's the case. I'm sure you'll be able to see tomorrow. But yeah, these dogs know what's up. All right guys, kind of a quick tip. If you wanna get some cheap food here in Trinidad, or really anywhere in Cuba, these stands are like a godsend. You can get a sandwich for $1. Sometimes you can even talk them down. We didn't feel like it, so we're paying $1 per sandwich. But yeah, they're super cheap. You don't have to pay restaurant prices. All right guys, we've been kind of wandering around for the past 2 hours getting food. We got some churros, some sandwiches, all kinds of stuff. Ended up almost falling asleep in an ice cream parlor. And now we're super tired. It's only about 9:45 at night, but we gotta wake up sort of early tomorrow for a horseback riding tour, which should be dope. Yeah, scuba diving did kind of wear us out. But either way, tomorrow should be a ton of fun. Looking forward to it. If you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe on this video, and we will see you tomorrow.
Give me your freedom. Whoa. You let me